Okay, so I first found out about the Lord a few years ago. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos on the Anunnaki, conspiracy theories, fallen angels, the Book of Enoch, things like that. And then I finally found the UN briefing video. And a lot of things in the UN briefing video made sense to me, and it led me to the RayEl.org website. And from there I found the Facebook group, the International Congregation. And from there I went through the files section and read all the information available there. So I already had been looking into Zachariah Sitchin's work and his books on the Anunnaki and the Earth Chronicles, the origins of mankind, things like that. And a lot of it made sense. I was never really religious, or I never went to church or anything like that. So I guess it was easier for me to accept. And I wouldn't say I was atheist, but I just didn't have an understanding of God or Christ, or I didn't really know what that meant. I probably didn't want to know either up until that point. But it all made sense once I started looking into it. I mean, life had to come from somewhere, and this was, to me, it was the only logical explanation. I'd encourage anyone out there to look into the Anunnaki and Sitchin's work as well, and go through the file section in the congregation. There's also countless prophecies from different people regarding the ends of days and regarding Christ and extreme weather patterns, things like that. Not to mention the Torah codes. There's literally hundreds of Torah codes being published now, and a lot of them are prophetic and have come true. So it's pretty hard to deny, in my eyes, anyway. So anyway, I found out about the Lord a few years ago, but I didn't step forward in an active role because of anxiety. I've had anxiety for a long time now, so it was hard for me to step forward, I guess, into the open and just start proclaiming my fate, so to speak. And it was even harder to make the decision to go to Israel. But deep down I knew it was the right thing to do. When I finally did make the decision to go, it was back in March, I think. I booked my flight. Something inside me just said, do it, have faith, it'll work out. Follow the path of righteousness. And it did work out, even though I had anxiety and I was worrying about being on the plane, being surrounded by people, and being in a confined space with people. I just had to push the worries to the back of my mind and get on with it. So the day came when I was leaving for the airport to make the trip to Israel, and I asked the Lord for guidance and for strength along the way, and for help with my anxiety. And He did help. I flew from Dublin to Turkey, and I had a connecting flight from Turkey to Israel. And on both flights, there was free seats beside me, so I had a row to myself. There was 2 free seats beside me in a 3-seat row. So that was no coincidence to me. That was the Lord helping me and letting me know that I was on the right path. And it was very helpful. It made the trip a lot more easier. And when I got to Israel, meeting up with everyone, it just felt so comfortable. Everybody was so nice, and just made you feel really at home, really. It was a really warm experience up until the point where we had to leave. So we were being forced to leave, and again, the only worries I had about the journey home was going to be the flight, and anxiety again, being in a confined space with people. So again, I asked the Lord for help and strength and courage along the way on the trip. And again, I had 2 connecting flights. And again, there was 3 seats beside me. So I knew He was still helping me and that I was still on the right path. The Lord gives back to those who help His flock. Any time in the past when I have donated, He's always given back. Might receive guidance or help in some situation, or else you might receive help financially as well. There have been times when I've unexpectedly received financial aid or help in other ways as well. But I think it's important to recognise where this help has come from, and that helping others has got its rewards. So I just want to finish up by saying thank you to Lord RayEl and blessings to everybody in the congregation.